Hi there, this is Art and Such. I was inspired recently by Kate Schultz's Star Trek collection from the original series to see if anyone had done the Next Generation Star Trek characters, and I didn't find them, so I thought I'd take a stab at it myself. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make Captain Picard and Data. Most of the differences are color related. For Picard, I'm using red for the shirt. For Data, it's yellow. Both of them have a little gold comm badge, which is optional. I'm using brown for Data's hair, and you might want black because it's kind of shiny, it's hard to tell. Skin tone for Picard, white for Data, black for both, and I am using small beads for the eyes, but you can always use bands if you prefer. I will be showing you how to do Data today, and I'll also let you know how to make the two different shapes or sizes of the heads when we get to that. This one's a little bit rounder, this one's a little longer. We are going to begin with the arms. If you're doing Picard, you'll start with a skin tone band, and if you're doing Data, as I am, you'll be using a white band. And this will be wrapped 3 times around your hook. And we bring this onto 5 sets of doubles of our shirt color. So Data's is yellow, Picard's is red. And we'll take sets of 2 bands at a time and push all these other bands on top. That's 2 sets, 3 sets, 4 sets, and 5. You'll need to make a second one of these, so pause your video quickly and get a second arm at the ready. You can put these on your holding hook or on the side, or even leave it on the hook that we're using here. Next, our body. For Picard, it's skin tone. For Data, it's white. 2 bands from the top center peg to the second center peg. For either character, you'll be taking 2 black bands and bringing them down from your second center peg to your second side peg, and again to the other side. You'll take your shirt color, be it yellow or red, and go down with 2 sets of doubles on the far side. This gives it that slant. 3 sets of doubles in the center, and 3 sets coming down the side. To the center, you'll be adding 2 more sets of double black, and on either side, you'll finish off your loom going straight to the bottom with double black bands. For our shoes, we're taking 2 bands, black, wrapping it 2 or 3 times onto the hook, bringing it on top of 2 black bands. We'll bring it to the center, close it up, and place it on the bottommost peg of your loom on the side. Same for the other shoe. 2 singles wrapped 3 times, and we pull this right onto 2 more singles. Slide it to the center, put it on your bottommost peg on the other side. Make sure you've got all of them, sometimes they sneak out there. We can put our arms on the second pegs from the top on either side. And then we just need some holding bands before we can loop up. For our holding bands, we're going to need yellow and black at hand. Sorry, just 1 second while I twist this around there. We're taking a single yellow band, stretching it across the 3 pegs from our 3rd peg in the center, from the top to the 3rd peg from the top on the other side, and pull it over that 3rd peg in the center. Below that, we'll do the same thing with another yellow, and then we do 2 blacks in the same fashion, And for our last cap, we'll take a single black, twist it over, and bring it across the last 3 pegs. Pull it up under that last center black. We're ready to loop up. So get your hook underneath your shoe, underneath your boot there. And we're going to grab the 2 black bands that are coming from the peg above and return them to their place. We'll reach for the next 2 and bring it up. If you are a more advanced loomer and you'd like to go ahead, you can do that. All we're doing is bringing all the bands to the top and meeting them at the center on the second peg from the top. And we will be bringing the side bands up over the middle one so that the black is showing by the neck. If you're comfortable where you're at, then just stick with me, and we're gonna get the rest of our bands looped up. First this side, then the other. So you always want 2 bands, and they're always going to be the bottom 2. You can push back the bands that are on top capping. And just watch out when you get to this very last peg, because we're going to go all the way underneath. Grab those 2, bring it to the top. Other side will come around, go under the boot. Pull our bands upwards again. Watch out for that tight cap right by the waist. And we'll keep moving upwards. Get your yellows. Turn your loom to the sides. Sometimes, I find it sometimes helps if you are having trouble seeing your bottom 2. We're going to loop up the center. And I'm actually going to have to pull those side ones out because we want them on top. That's my mistake. It's not terrible if we don't get that, but it will look better. So I'm going to remove these just for a minute. You can put them on side pegs, on your extra pegs to get it out of the way. We're going to do yellow so that our black shows up on top. And then we can go back to looping up the center. Get your bottom 2 neck bands. Bring those upwards. Loosen up some of those tighter bands, which will be by your arm, your neck, and your waist with that doubled over band. But watch out that you don't lose those 2 white ones. We can now pull them off the loom. Give a little tug, and here's our body. We want to make sure we have the side with the higher part of the block facing front. We're going to get the eyes ready, and then perhaps we'll break off and come back for our second video. So if you are using beads, you're going to take dental floss if you have a smaller hole and put the floss through the beads and then through the face color, which will be skin tone for Picard or white for Data. I'm using green for Data's eyes. And we will bring it right back through. So return the floss through the beads from the other direction. Pull it on top. And we can just put this on the side. It should hold very well. If you have larger beads, you might be able to put them on directly from the hook. And if you are using bands, I'll show you what you can do here. I'll just show you with black, which is the color I used for Picard's eyes. You can take a single, wrap it 3 times, another single, wrap it 3 times, and bring it onto, again, a skin tone or a white, depending whose face you're doing. Bring them both on top. And these can stretch out across our second pegs when we've got our face ready. Alright, I will see you back for part 2, and I'll show you how to do the different heads and faces for our 2 characters. Thanks for watching.